All right. What up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to episode number 90 of the Unknown Games podcast. I'm your host, Adrian, and this is a show where we talk about Japanese games. We also talk about our lives here in Japan. And of course, it wouldn't be the same without the occasional food testing or fast food. No, I didn't get the hot dog. Alex asked me to get a hot dog today to review on the show.
You're gonna need to provide like a little more context. You just can't start a podcast and say I did not get the hot dog. That doesn't. What are you talking about?
What hot dog are you talking about? I'm talking about the Burger King hot dog. I don't even remember what it's specifically called, but
I think it's called the King Dog or whatever. But it looks good. But the thing about the Burger King hot dog is that it's literally just like a Johnsonville sausage.
It does feel like more like a sausage kind of bratwurst deal than
it's
a hot dog.
It's literally just like Johnsonville branded, like it's on the menu, and I'm like, so what's stopping me from going to a grocery store, buying a Johnsonville pack of sausages, and then just making this myself? You know what I mean?
It doesn't taste one-to-one like a Johnsonville bratwurst, when in the grand scheme of things, you're gonna definitely feel like you're eating more of a sausage than a hot dog. You know what I mean?
It's not meant to be like a full-on hot dog.
It is very full. I got to say, I was surprised the first time I had one. I was expecting more of just a thin dog, but this was definitely one of those beef hot dogs. It was, don't want to mess with it.
It's like a ballpark dog, right?
Yeah. Them ballpark Franks. Oh man, now I'm on ballpark Frank. Now I'm gonna have to get him.
I've never been. I have been to a baseball game before. They're very boring. I don't understand baseball.
They're great, man. I love the baseball games here in Japan, and I guess I should fill out the audience in if you're here listening from any other part outside of Japan. Well, we live in Japan. Me and my co-host Alex, we're here in Japan. We've been here for almost 9 years, or close to 10 years, however you want to toss it. We've been here for a minute. And baseball games are awesome.
I'll take your word for it. I just don't enjoy them. I just don't I know how the game is played. I don't know. I'd rather watch tennis maybe.
I mean, there is less action for sure. And one of the things that makes baseball a lot of fun here in Japan are all the the crowds, the cheering, and just there's a lot of group, and I guess it's the same in the US too. There's a lot of group cheering, and then trumpets playing, and just people just kind of I don't know. I mean, I guess
trumpets playing. Wow, in America, that sounds like a totally different game.
It does, right? I don't. I have to imagine that there's trumpets playing every once in a while, but in Japan, that's very common to have the fans get together and they have at least one or two trumpet players that are there every game. They're designated. I'm not lying. They kind of rotate. It's that organized, and they have fans, specific cheers that they've made. And if you're in the cheering section, there is a fan only specific cheer section. So if you sit there, you better know the cheers. You gotta know when to stand up, when it's polite to stand up, and when it's not. Because you don't want to be saying a cheer when the other team is batting. They get really respectful. Once the pitching starts, you got to stop.
Very interesting.
Anyways,
I'm still not gonna go, but yeah.
You can get in for fairly cheap. They're fairly cheap tickets here in Japan. I mean, you can get anywhere from less than, of course, $50 to $10 or $15 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all you gotta do.
Okay. Well, thanks.
It's time to invite Alex to a baseball game. UGP from the ballpark.
I would never go. I would never.
but yeah, that's the co-host Alex right there. What are you doing these days, Game Duck?
Living. I don't know.
We're getting close to 100, so you might not be here much longer.
100. What do you mean 100?
100 episodes. 100 episodes.
Oh,
yeah. We're not sure how that's gonna go down.
Yeah, episode 101. You have a brand new co-host.
For a whole nother 100 episodes.
Yeah, it's a different kind of duck. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been playing much. I've been playing Dragon Quest 11 on stream. So that's a game that I have been playing. But aside from that, I haven't been playing anything privately. I played for a little. I'm trying to get to my backlog, but I'm doing a very bad job of it.
Mm-hmm.
So on the weekend, I was playing Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the first Yakuza. And That is, I think it. I think that's the only video game I played for the weekend.
That's more than me. I mean, I played, I streamed some Kingdom Hearts. I streamed so much Kingdom Hearts, I was gonna finish the game on Saturday, but one of the people in the chat was like, you're not gonna get all the Dalmatians and everything?" And I was like, "Well, I had intended to, but then I got on this crazy
No,
spree because
don't. Oh my god, don't do it,
I
man.
didn't have much left. I literally had like probably 30 Dalmatians left, and I got like 20. No, I got all of them except for like 6 on stream. Like I got those
Really?
and all the trendy mark except for 2 of them. So I was like, you know what, chat? I'm not gonna make y'all sit through the rest of this, me trying to find these last 3 things. So after that, I got a guide and I started looking it up, and I finished it relatively early, but then I kept playing because I was leveling. I got addicted to leveling, and I didn't even realize why I was playing. Actually, at one point, I was just like, "It's 5 a.m. What am I doing?"
You streamed until 5 a.m.?
No, I just streamed until probably 1,
And then you stopped stream and you're
and then
like,
I
I'm
worked
gonna.
on the bonus stuff. Yeah,
That's hilarious. Yeah,
I did
no.
my homework, and the next thing I know, like the next morning, I was so tired that at night when I was supposed to stream again, I slept from like 7 o'clock to 5 a.m., like 7 p.m. to 5
You
a.m.
slept through your scheduled stream.
I slept through it, and then when I woke up at 5 a.m., I was like, "Whoa!" And I
You
just
should have. You should
went
have
to the
woke
bed
up.
and
You
went to
should have
sleep again.
tweeted. You should have tweeted. You're like, sorry, I'm late, guys. Stream starting now. 5 in the
They
morning.
probably, people probably could have tuned in. That's
Yeah,
perfectly on their time zone.
that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I played Yakuza for a bit, but I also, I guess I played a little bit of Overcooked 2 with some friends because it was free
Oh
on
yeah, it's
Epic
free on
Game
the Epic
Store.
Game
Yeah.
Store. That's right. That's right.
So I did a couple of that. I mean, it's Overcooked. What can I say? It's fine. I was
It's
playing with keyboard originally. It's not the best control scheme. I gotta
mhm.
admit. Like maybe play that with a controller, but um I don't know. So Overcooked 2 uses, it doesn't use dedicated servers or anything. It uses like host matchmaking. So you're connecting to like one person's hosting the session essentially.
Okay. Okay.
So we were connected to friend of the show Ehe, actually. So
Hey, shout outs.
and yeah, I mean the connection wasn't the best at times. I was
He,
like
he he
teleporting.
does he does say he does warn us often, like if we want to play a multiplayer game with him, he's like, "I don't know, man, my net's not that good. You might not want to.
Yeah.
You might not
So I
want
was
to."
like teleporting back and forth because there are times when like my client, like the data between his client and my client weren't like in
In
sync.
sync.
We
Yeah.
got desynced, and then like I was just like going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, I can't. This is impossible. I
Dude,
can't. I
it's
can't.
I mean, that
Yeah.
game is hard enough as it is. If anyone's played Overcooked like 1 or 2, it can start out kind of like, okay, this isn't that
It's
bad.
fine. Yeah, it's fun, and
Yeah,
then very quickly not fun. I mean, it's fun if you like a certain challenge, but um
there's a challenge, and I will say that game makes you work together or hate someone for not working together. And for anyone who hasn't played it, I mean, you're essentially a chef in a kitchen or any environment. You're just trying to make X amount of dishes in X amount of time, so that you see it on the conveyor belt or like the order
it is like
essentially.
a order queue. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just like make this dish, and you're like, okay, I gotta make this dish. But obviously, it's not that simple. Like
yeah.
things are like, how
There
do you?
needs
I don't explain it.
I mean, you have
Um,
to. There has to be 2 to 4 players to really do it. You can play it single player,
yeah, one
but
of my coworkers said she played it by herself, and I was like, how the fuck did
because
you
like
do
halfway
that?
through, like at a
Yeah,
certain level point, the
yeah,
difficulties involve like cutting you off from certain
yep,
parts of the
yeah.
cooking area, or even
Like
just like
the kitchen will like shift or something. Yeah,
yeah,
and you
and
like yeah,
I don't know how they're able to do that because you have to sometimes you have to throw it over to like the
yeah,
other people to catch it
yep,
and then be like, okay, it's done. Like put it on the
yep,
thing. Like it's
yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
That game's chaos.
Yes, I mean we played Overcooked too, and that was it. I think I didn't think I really wanted, like, I'm trying to get through my backlog. Honestly, is I'm like um I mean I guess we can use this as a segue, but like Steam Summer Sale started, so obviously like I'm tempted to pick up some more games, but I
It
don't want to
did.
like yeah.
It definitely did. I guess yeah, we can pull up the Steam Summer Sale. I'd almost forgotten. Yeah, I'd almost forgotten about it. I was because I was so focused on the news today, and I was just like, well, there hasn't really been much that's happened in like news this week, and at the same time, I had forgot. I mean, we had some games come out. Of course, Legend of Mana came out. We're gonna talk about the Mana news as well. But then
Hmm.
Scarlet Nexus. I know Ehe, he's playing Scarlet Nexus, and
Yeah, a lot of people
uh,
I think have been playing it, and reviews on Square-Enix have been pretty good, which is really nice. Which is nice to see. So.
Yeah. I talk so much trash on Scarlet Nexus that I
Yeah,
want
I
to
have
play it
no idea
now.
why. It was so
It's so
unwarranted. So unwarranted. Like it looks
it's so
good.
crazy. It looks okay because I'm not like typically for the anime aesthetic that much. In every anime game you get, it's going to be either I'm going to say 7 out of 10 times it's going to be kind of just okay, right?
Yeah, but
And
like
this one to me just looked okay from the beginning, like from the
yeah.
first trailer, it just didn't grab me, and there's
But
nothing
you've been
wrong with
playing a
that.
lot of Blue Protocol, haven't you? It's same, like not the same team, but it's
Nah,
those are both Bandai Namco
that Blue
games.
Protocol is special, bro. Don't no,
Yeah,
it's
and
special.
like I think the text that they're using is similar for the visuals. Like it
Their
looks
tech is probably
really good.
all the
Yeah,
same tech. It never
yeah.
changed after Code Vein, buddy. It's probably all the same.
Well, Code Vein isn't animated. Like Code Vein, I mean anime, like what is it? Anime like character designs, but it's not. It's 3D. But like Blue Protocol looks like a moving anime, which is what's very very impressive about it. And I think Scarlet Nexus is the same thing. It's like Guilty Gear. It's like a moving anime.
Hit the Steam sale. I would grab it. I would grab it is what I say to myself.
I mean,
Except for
it'll go on sale. It'll go on sale on like probably I'm gonna say probably Christmas sale.
oh
Scarlet
yeah.
Nexus will probably be like 20% off. Not a huge like discount.
Yeah, even I mean, because like I know Steam did recently make an announcement to where they are going to allow you to change your region. I mean, you can still change your region, but now it's actually locked up to 3 times in a certain amount of
In like a year, I
in a
think,
year
right?
or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, like for me, like buying stuff in yen actually worked out better in terms of I just don't want to touch my US account that much in terms of, for money or spending anything. That's just for when I go back home. But yeah, you can see on the screen now there's a lot of things on sale, and just take all these sales to be probably worldwide. So if you're looking for, Witcher 3 is probably like $10 right
It's
now.
the same like percent off, but your region will dictate how much of
right.
savings that is. I think
Near
since you're
Replicant's on sale.
Yeah,
For
surprisingly,
a good
actually.
price, for 6,400 yen. That's actually the price it should be normally.
I think
for like
I think that's
$60.
what it is in CAD. Yeah, it's like so it's regularly priced at like 80 CAD, and then it'll be 60 some with a discount. But yeah.
So I'm glad that's on sale. I'm not gonna pick it up because I still need to finish the last little bit of Automata. It's like I'm always gonna be doing it. I mean, was there anything that you wanted to buy on Steam?
Yeah, like a bunch of my stuff is a bunch of my stuff on my wish list is on sale. I'm not gonna get all of it though. I need to be very picky with what I buy. So of my wish list that I'm looking at right now, the games that are on sale are Mass Effect Legend Edition, that's 17% off. Yakuza Kiwami 2, 50% off. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning is also 50% off. Danganronpa 2 is 60. Cooking Simulator is 45. Little Witch Nobita is 10%.
Little Witch Nobita still hasn't come out, bro. You good?
It's early access still, but yeah.
Yeah, you good. I don't know if there's been a lot of progress on it. That game is solid though.
Game is solid. Power Wash Simulator, which I will get later, is 15% off. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. NKO Dice went on sale today, so not part of the sale for some reason, but that went on sale. It's 31% off.
You keep telling about this NKO Dice game. It's just like a game of dice, right?
I think.
I mean, what turned you on to this game? I just came out of nowhere.
I think if you're just calling it a game of dice, I don't think you know.
No, I don't. Do you realize I'm asking you what turned you on to it? I have no clue. You just told me one day, like, you should go play some NKO Dice. I'm like, what is this?
Go to the
I'm on the page. It's just like is an adaptation of a traditional Japanese dice game.
Now go look at the achievements.
Where do I find the achievements on this thing? I'm on the website, not the actual Steam page.
So if you go on the store page, it's on the right-hand side. It'll say achievements, Steam achievements.
This is when. Oh, okay, I got it. Why is it not giving me? Oh, it's like searching through all games with Steam achievements right now. It's like no.
Shit. No. Okay, so go back to the store page.
Oh, right here. I see it.
Yeah, view all 16. View all 16.
You are the new NKO Dicer. NKO Dicer of Sorrow. The miserable NKO Dicer. NKO Dice Master. What am I looking at? The End of the World. The End of the World is actually a dice. Is an achievement for
Are you not? Are they hidden? Oh no, they're not hidden. Good. Okay.
Ochinten? I mean, is this the whole like? Are we going there, Alex? Is that where we're going? Is this the thing? The first old? Oh, what is this? Ochinching. Great, Alex. We're
you want to
going there.
you want to tell our listeners what that means?
I didn't bring this game up. It's all you, buddy.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
now you have to tell everyone what that means.
I'm, the big one.
You
want me to say the big
one? The big one?
I don't know. It's just this doesn't have two. I don't know if this is the honorary version or if it's just the or if it's more of a, it's supposed to be the big one.
Here.
It's just got a thumbs up. It's got a thumbs up as the achievement.
Okay, this
is a trick question, chat. This is a trick question.
Here, no, just go. I want you to go back to the start page and just read one of these reviews. Read out loud. It'll be a live reading. Just go back to the Steam page and then read one of these reviews.
Oh my goodness! No, I'm not gonna read this. You can read this. I can't read this with a straight face. I can't. This is gonna be on the internet, Alex. This is on the internet. Yeah. I can't.
Which review are you reading? Which review are you looking at?
The
first one right there.
The first one is the first one's pretty out there, man.
Yeah,
first one's pretty out there.
You have to read it.
We'll read the second one. It seems better. This game embodies the idea of Japanese wabi. I'm guessing like wabi-sabi.
Like wabi-sabi, yeah.
Yeah. The simple rules based on CeeLo require no explanation and will have you hooked in less than a minute. And yet, the nudge system gives it a competitive edge, making it simple but profound.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the one down here is just like Kami game, beautiful and godlike. Still have not rolled the fabled oh ching ching yet, but we'll do in time. Do in time.
It's kind of like Yahtzee, basically. So it's a dice game. You have to try to match. Yeah, you have different hiragana characters on these die, and then you try to you just put them in the cup and you roll, and you try to see like what words you'll get. But since you're only going to get a certain set of words with the type of characters that are in there, yeah.
So is this? I guess it says it's based off a real game, but is this actually a real game?
I don't know.
I've never seen it. I haven't looked for a game of dice here in Japan. Back at home, my family, they can shoot some dice. I know it's a thing in the culture, but
yeah,
I don't know. So you can make different combinations.
Different types of words here, yeah.
I guess you can, and some of them will happen to probably form a how can we say it? Just some dirty words in Japanese for sexual dirty words. They will form sexual dirty slang. There we go. I came up with it. I came with it.
So you're watching the trailer right now, right?
Yeah, the trailer doesn't hide it. The trailer knows that it's plus 18, and they know.
It's so funny.
Once again, if you want to give us a 5-star review, remember, you can give it to us 5, 4, 3. Don't go 2 or 1, or else you're going to roll one of these.
Oh, God.
And you're going to end up with the big. So it did mean the big one, didn't it?
Yeah. Anyways, I want to play. I'm probably gonna play this at least like one of my coworkers or something like that. I mean,
so if
to really find this game funny, like you need to know dirty Japanese words at the bare minimum. You have to know the meaning of some dirty Japanese words. That's to really enjoy this.
There's only 5 dice, right? 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5. Yeah, 5 dice. So you can only up to 5 letters, basically.
Yeah.
Up to 5-letter words. I mean, yeah. You know what? You can play it on your stream and title the stream The Big D. Going for the Big D.
Yeah. Well, maybe it
works. Yeah.
I mean, I'll stream. I thought about streaming this as well, but like I said, you have to know Japanese dirty words to find it really funny. If you don't know Japanese, it's very not funny. It's a very not funny game.
It's just a dice game.
Yeah, if you don't know Japanese.
It's like playing Scrabble and you're rolling the dice to make words. I think that's a better context, right?
Yeah. Right? It's like playing like Yahtzee or something. You just don't know what those words mean, so they're not funny to you. But yeah.
That's one of those.
It's like playing Yahtzee, but like the chances of you getting like wiener is like very high actually. So like you
gotta put all those.
That's why. Yeah.
Just put them all up. Put all those words there.
Yeah. That's NKO days. That's on sale.
Yeah. Man. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, yeah, it was on sale for I think like $3 here in Japan. So you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna
definitely
get
it for cheap. I know Final Fantasy, that stuff is on sale. Anything, pretty much, it's summer sale. So anything you want, you should go check it out and get it because it's on sale for up to 50% off. Or in this case in Japan, I don't know if the 80% stuff still stands in other countries.
I mean, it's probably worldwide, but I'm not sure, 100%. So, I mean, all we can say is basically it's the Steam sale. It's the same as it ever is, and go check it out. If there's a game that you've been holding out on, it's probably on sale. But if not, just keep waiting. I know there's always 2 more sales. There's gonna be the one
Christmas
in the
sale,
the autumn sale,
in the
and the Christmas
autumn.
sale. Yeah.
Yep. And then after that, you've got your Chinese New Year sale.
There's Chinese New Year as well, and then sometimes do
Or the old New Year's.
a quick Golden Week sale. But yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these. The ones that I want are usually Bandai Namco sometimes. So some of the Dark Souls things aren't on sale here, but they're on sale abroad.
In, like,
I am going to pick
other
up Sekiro.
Yeah,
I'm picking up
Oh
Sekiro.
yeah, Sekiro is a good one. It's like 50% off, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. It's I've seen it every time it's been on sale, and I've just kind of said, you know what, I can't wait to get it. I'll get it eventually. And yeah, I mean, if you're looking for, Horizon Zero Dawn, if you want to hop into that before the new one comes out, or Hades, or any of these Mass Effect, like Alex was saying, the Legendary Edition, I love how it's just on crap sale here.
It's like 17. It's like 17 or something. It's like, yeah, it's like whatever. Okay.
Grab it for $70. How about not? Nier Replicant, yeah, like I said, all the good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably worth mentioning that you can also pick up some of these other games on different stores. Like I think like GOG maybe is having a sale right now, I think, and then maybe some other stores. So you can shop around if you play on PC. And if you don't play on PC, I think some of these games might also be on sale on PSN right now, but not all of them, obviously. It's not like a sale that's going on over there, but some of them might be just on sale at the same time.
That's right. A lot of these, they run them all at the same time. So go ahead, check it out. And Good Old Games, they are doing a sale as well. So if you want to, go over there, support them, they are doing a sale too. Summer.
Yeah, I mean,
it's great.
Yeah, if you want to get GOG on like whatever's on GOG. I mean, I think Witcher 1 was maybe, if you haven't played Witcher 1.
If you haven't played any other Witchers, if you haven't bought them, it's almost like a Metro Exodus or any of the Metro series. I own that game on like 3 different places, 3 different times. So it's like for some reason I just keep owning Metro.
Yeah. So there is a sale on GOG right now. So I mean, definitely check out some games over at GOG if you're interested. If you just don't want to shop on Steam for whatever reason, that's fine. Like Witcher 3 is like 80% off. That's pretty good. Sleeping Dogs is a very good game, by the way. That is 85% off. That is $3 USD. Okay, I'm serious. Honestly, if you guys haven't played Sleeping Dogs, it's a very good game, and for $3, that's worth it.
GTA Chinatown going down for real.
It's really good. It's really
good. That game has always had like great reviews. I think I've bought it twice too. I've bought it twice.
It's a great game. It's a great game. You guys haven't played Sleeping Dogs, by the way. It's a really good open world crime game. I liked it. And for $3, like
you're gonna get. I mean, there's a lot of expansions to it too. So you get. I mean, there's a lot of content. There's a lot of content in it. But Stranglehold is on sale too. I think that's the John Woo game. Like they both came out somewhat near each other, Stranglehold and Sleeping Dogs. But
oh man, I totally forgot. So yeah, I totally forgot about Stranglehold. Yeah. Holy shit!
So if you like your hard boiled action, your movies, go ahead, check those 2 games out.
Yeah.
And I guess moving on to the other news. Unless there's anything else you want to hit, you want to highlight?
No, not really.
Anything else you want to throw
up?
Follow me
on Twitch, I guess.
Oh yeah. Follow him on Twitch, everybody. Root24.
No one's gonna follow me.
Have you gotten anyone to follow? Has anyone followed from the podcast? From
YouTube? There are times when I'll like log on or not log on. Like I'll check my dashboard and I'll get like followers. Yeah, like while I'm not live, I'll get followers, and I'm like, I maybe it's from the podcast, like, or it could be from some of my old YouTube videos, because I do have like on my old YouTube videos, I'm like, hey, I'm live on Twitch, follow me there. And sometimes people like watch me on I think the algorithm picks me up sometimes. So
algorithm is powerful, man.
Yeah, maybe
powerful.
There, yeah. Speaking of YouTube,
Speaking of YouTube, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Speaking of YouTube, what was I saying? Speaking of YouTube, I mean, like, I do have a channel. I just like haven't like put content on there in like I think a year. I think it's been a full year since I put a video on YouTube.
It might have been a full year. I mean, I think you usually did like at least towards the end you were doing Japanese release dates
Yeah,
for
so that
games,
was
just
like a
kind of going
monthly
over them.
thing. So what I was doing before I was streaming, I was doing like let's play. So I was doing like I was uploading 3 times a week. Every week 3 times a week. I did that for like a full year. And then I was also doing I was like, oh, I need some other content. So I was doing like Japanese release schedules at the start of every month. Cause like, oh, if you live in Japan, are you gonna be importing games? Like these are the games you probably want to check out.
Yep, yep.
So I was doing that. And then I started streaming and then I was like I was getting tired because it was like
It takes a lot to do,
yeah.
content creation and then streaming and then kind of doing both to
Yeah.
promote themselves or whatever. It's
It
a
was
lot.
like Monday. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday was YouTube, and Tuesday, Thursday was stream. So I was getting very tired.
It it's a
Yeah,
cycle. I guess I think anyone who gets into content creation
yeah,
will eventually understand it, but before, there's always that the talk of like, oh man, I could do this. This is pretty easy.
yeah.
Man, you better check yourself, whoever. You better
And
check it.
so I dropped YouTube basically because I was just focusing on stream. Because stream for me is it's fun. You can get instant feedback because you're talking with chat. It's nice to have like a community show up, and it's like less editing. Because like when I record, like when I did Let's Plays, I was like recording. I was sitting down playing for like 4 hours or something, just recording that, and then like chopping that up into short videos and then like editing, and I would like edit my audio so it's cleaner. I would put like compression on my voice and boost the level so it's like audible, and then I would render those out and then I would put those on YouTube. You have like a thumbnail, you got to do tags, you got to do description,
Yeah.
and like yeah. And
It's
I was starting to get really tired, but like with the Twitch at least you're just like, guys, I'm playing game, come hang, and
and
that's it.
that's it. That's
That's
it. I
it.
mean, the
Yeah.
one thing on Twitch is like
Yeah.
is trying to grow beyond whatever your community currently is. Like there's
Yeah.
that kind of like the thresholds if you want to do it that, if you're aiming for something higher, or if you're, it honestly, it's just whatever you're satisfied with. Because on it, it's been really therapeutic for me. I mean,
Yeah,
because we can't get
it's
out,
good.
so
Yeah.
talking to someone at
Um,
least.
but how do we even get on this topic? Yeah, I get followers sometimes, like when I'm not live. So I assume it's either from YouTube or from the podcast. But yeah. Anyways, the news.
The news, the news, the news, the news, the news. It's the news. It's the news. That's all I had.
Here to kill chaos.
You gotta turn that soundbite up, man. You gotta turn it up, man. It's a little low. It's a little low. We need more
Oh,
chaos.
is it?
It's a tad low. When I was editing the podcast last week, I was like, I thought it was higher than this. It's a little lower. Well,
Uh,
you need more chaos in your chaos. More bass.
I'm here to kill chaos.
There we go. That's better.
is that better? Do you want it louder?
I mean, you can always if you want
I'm
to.
here to kill chaos.
That's good.
There.
There we go.
Anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, the Mana series is celebrating its 30th anniversary, and they had a huge I don't know. There's been a couple like just 30th or 30-year anniversary things. I think last week we just finished up with Sonic's 30th anniversary.
Yeah, so congratulations. I think we're at this point in the like
in our lives.
At this point in video games where like a lot of the staples, like the mascot staples are 30 years old.
30 years. I mean, because a lot of them.
Yeah, they all came out like more or less the same time. So we're looking at, so it was like 30 for Mana, as we just mentioned. I think
35
like
for Zelda.
It's 30. Zelda's 35.
I think Metroid's 30 something.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy is also 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Mario's 35. I want to say it's 35. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're getting at this point where a lot of the major like well-loved mascots and icons are basically in their 30s. So if you grew up with those mascots, congratulations, you're old. Like, but yeah, it's just like that's just how it is for the industry. I'm curious, like, what do you think? Like, what am I trying to say? So like this is like the old guard, I think, of like mascots. So it's like Mario, Sonic, Zelda, that kind of thing, right? But like, what's the next set? Like, when are we gonna experience like fucking? I want to say like Master Chief's 30th anniversary. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen? What's the industry gonna look like?
I mean, like the thing is like we're running out of mascot characters.
You think they're not making anymore? Like, you really think like no one gives? Like, what about like this Splatoon inklings or whatever?
Yeah. And here's the thing. It could be that we're maybe not running out of mascot characters. We're just running out of our generation mascot characters. So like predicting the other ones, like Minecraft Steve turns 30.
Yeah,
like,
I honestly like as
like
much as
stuff
I
like
hate
that.
it.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
as much as I
know.
hate it, I think Minecraft Steve will be like an icon
Girls
for kids.
from freaking Concordia or Arc Knights or something. That could be some. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
That is weird. That's definitely a bit of a that's generational shift for sure. As considering those are like mobile games, right?
Should I feel like maybe Yakuza will get there, but
Yakuza
then that's 30
old,
years. But that's 30 years of Yakuza titles. You gotta keep that in mind. Can Yakuza get
is
30?
already like 20, isn't it? Is it? Yakuza's already
like
20.
Whatever PS2.
PS2, yeah.
So is it 20? They never make a deal out of it though. That's the thing. There's some series like, and you think that even like you said, Halo, Master Chief, you think Xbox would be throwing out more anniversary collections of this, which never mind. They did have an anniversary collection. I think that was 3 or something, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so Yakuza 1, the first game, or so Ryuga Gotoku in Japan, came out in 2005, which was what? How many years ago is that?
So that's 15, 16. Yeah, 16 years.
Yeah, we're pushing up against 20 years already. So I mean, before you know it, we're gonna be looking at Yakuza's 20th anniversary. So
we'll get. I mean, that's one I can see. There has to be more. We're just not even
like Metal Gear Solid. Like when did Metal Gear Solid come out?
I don't know. Metal Gear seems like a touchy one, just because it's fragmented from its own creator.
Yeah, but I mean, Konami still like Metal Gear 1, by the way. So Metal Gear on the God,
that one's like what, the 80s?
That's 1987. 1987.
Yeah. That one's definitely hitting its 20. It's
That's 23, 4, 5.
That should be 30.
6.
No, yeah, 26.
We're getting really close to 30.
We're getting close. Yeah, we're getting close to it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that would mean that Konami, we can say on the 30th anniversary, finally releases all of them as one collection, HD'd or something. I don't know. They own the rights to the game. They can do what they want. We'll see how that goes. Castlevania's up there.
Oh god, yeah. But the point is, this is so Mana. We're getting a ton of 30th anniversary, 35-year anniversary collections, and so over the weekend, the Mana series, called Seiken Densetsu in Japan, it kind of did a 30th anniversary event kind of thing where they announced a bunch of stuff, I guess. So a couple games and an update for Legend of Mana, I believe.
That is correct. That the update was that they're going to bring the old font.
So here's
the new game. I was like, I read the news and I was like, there's an update, new old font. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I didn't buy the Legend of Mana remaster. It's on my wish list, but I'll get it eventually. The reason why I didn't buy it is because I have a pretty bad backlog, and I'll get it eventually. But when they announced that they're gonna put the old font in the remaster, I'm I'm into that. That excites me, honestly. When I was playing,
but is it the old Japanese only font, or
I mean
both
probably,
US?
No, I think the English version will probably get it as well. But it's just the font that kind of the pixely kind of looking font. They're putting that in.
Okay. Okay.
And I just think it just gives the game a little more charm, and it is really the font from the game. It seems like it's not a big deal, but I think to me at least it's a nice to have. When they did the re-release of Chrono Trigger on the PC, it originally got review bombed when it came out on PC because it was a port of the mobile version. So it was the graphics were messy. They were anti-alias. They were filtered. They looked really blurry.
Oh, so they were smoothed over.
Yeah. They looked really blurry. And it's a sprite-based game, right?
Right.
And it just looked really weird. And then they also did a thing where the UI was messed up. Didn't make sense for PC because they just ported the UI over from a mobile device. So the buttons were huge, and it just looked really bad. And the font was really bad. It was a default modern font, and it just didn't match Chrono Trigger. And then after a while, Square took the feedback, and they actually went, honestly, to their credit,
fixed it.
They fixed it. They changed. They made the old graphics usable, I guess. They're what are they called? They're called original graphics or something like that. So that's awesome. They changed the UI. They made it smaller for PC, and then they added at least for the English version, they gave it a more pixely looking font. It still looks modern, but it's definitely still pixely, and it looks really, really good. If you're playing in Japanese, you still get a messy modern default looking font. But Yeah.
That's nice.
So I'm glad that they're putting the old font back in. It definitely gives the game a little more like character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
patch for Legend of Mana, and then they also announced like a new game called Echoes of Mana. If you want to bring that up on screen.
You want me to go to the other one? That one is a mobile only, so it's got all the characters, well, all at least all the main characters and all the characters in general from the Mana series, coming out on iOS and Android worldwide in 2022. Have fun with
Wow!
that.
Holy shit! Really? I didn't realize it was that far off.
Yeah, the new Mana game was that they announced. They said like, hey, we had the creator come and look at it. We wanted to show a trailer, but it's so early that they don't even have a trailer for it. So that game was just like, hey, look forward to a new Mana game coming out. But for Echoes of Mana, it looks like you're gonna have all the characters, but you'll only play as two protagonists, Kilt or Kilt with an E for the female version. So Kilty.
Is a kilt or like kilte?
Kilte, I don't know.
Kilty, yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool that you'll be able to, like I said, you'll be able to encounter all these old characters and play with them, and still have like that action RPG feel from the old Mana series. And it seems like what they're going to be trying to do is any of the old worlds, you're going to be able to go from those older games. You'll be able to see those, and you'll be able to check out some of these newer original worlds for this game that they have planned.
Sure, right.
Which is nice.
I mean, that's cool.
Cool.
You never played any of the Mana games, though, right?
No. I bought one of them. I bought Legend of Mana.
You mean Secret of Mana?
I think I bought Legend of Mana on PSP.
Oh,
I mean, like the PlayStation 1 remake. Yeah,
so OG Legend.
The OG.
Okay, yeah.
But I never ended up playing it past like 10 minutes, and now I can just go ahead and play it again.
Yeah, I mean, so you're not even gonna touch it on the PS1 Classic. You would just buy the remaster.
I'm just gonna buy the remaster, which is really well priced. It's only like 3,500 yen in Japan, so it's like 30.
Let me take a look at my wishes.
I guess.
I'm paying for this in CAD. It's 40 CAD, which is yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
It's a good deal. It looks like you'll have 3 party members, or you can form a party of 3, and that's about all that is known. There is a trailer if anyone wants to watch the trailer. I mean, there is a small teaser. It's not going to tell you anything in terms of gameplay, but it does show the, I guess, kind of a story announcement trailer kind of deal. So
yeah, so I think what's we should mention though that Echoes of Mana here. This is going to be a mobile game, right?
Yeah, I mentioned that at the top.
Okay, so this is going to be like free to play basically. So you can expect definitely some gacha elements to be introduced. I probably what am I trying to say? Probably a lot of these heroes, I think some of them might be like gacha, so you might have to like roll for them or something like that.
Or roll for the better version of them.
Something like that, sure, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, the good thing now is that people have played Genshin Impact. Oh, I mean, a lot more people are more exposed to that sort of gameplay.
Right.
Even though that is on a console now. I mean, it's on everything, but it's just more like, hey, I am a little bit familiar with this. It doesn't really put me off that much. And if I do like this series, maybe I wouldn't mind, paying for a couple rolls a month.
I think
whatever.
So I think they're like the system that Genshin uses is, I think, decisive at best, where if you want like a new character, because they'll do trailers, they'll hype the character, and you'll like really want them. They play differently from the characters you already have, right?
I mean, yeah, they do a great job with the characters.
Yeah,
because it really does feel like they're adding. I mean, because they also add story.
Yeah.
It's adding
like they're not like
it's
reskins.
Like
they're not like reskins of like existing characters. It's like, for example, it's not like they look different but have the same movesets or anything like that. Like they're actually very unique characters. And like if you want those characters, you might have to like spend a lot of money, like really like $60 maybe to do all these roles.
For at least the good version of them. I'm sure there's like the 4 or 3-star version of them, right?
No,
still like
characters are always like 1 rarity. So
okay, that's nice at least.
Yeah, so
I appreciate that.
You're not gonna get like a shitty version. Yeah, you're not gonna get like a shitty version of this character. Like if you get the character, you get the character, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's in like some ways it's comforting for me to hear that. In other ways, it still is like, hey,
it's just like some characters are more common than other characters. So if you
right,
want like the really really good ones, that like the drop in those are like way lower. But you're probably gonna get like another like less rare character.
right.
You might not
Instead,
want that character. You might already have that character. And how it works in Genshin is if you get a double of a character you already own, you can just like power up that character more. So it's not like a complete waste.
okay, okay.
Until you max them out, then it is a waste. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess the thing that's like honestly a little bit, and oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it was kind of nice is that with Genshin, even though there are new characters that you might not be able to pool, you might not get them in the drop. At least you'll see them in the story. You know what I mean? At least you still kind of interact with them. At least they're still there. I gotta say that softens it a little bit too for me. But hey, as long as you're smart about it, I don't think any of them are bad choices. You're playing the game for free, and if you, just like I said, as long as you're smart about it, hey, just pay like X amount per month or set a limit. Just set a limit with what you're good with and can handle.
I think if you only play Genshin, like if Genshin is the only game that you play, then I can justify $60 a month on rolls because that's just like buying a game every month. And if you don't buy games, you just like play Genshin, then sure, whatever. There you go. You can do what you want. It's your money, right? And if you enjoy this game, go ahead and support this video game.
That's it.
I like play other games. So yeah.
I like to play other games, and then of course Trials of Mana, which you actually did.
I did play that. Yeah, I streamed it actually. Yeah, the VOD is no longer up on stream. I probably have some clips though of me saying weird shit that sounds weird out of context. It's up on my profile. Go ahead, check that out. But yeah, I did stream Trials of Mana actually on PC. Yeah.
Yeah, that remake is coming to iOS and Android on July 15th. So like right around the corner. You can go ahead and pay for it. It's going to be $23.99 USD or.
I think is some of it free at first? Like, are they giving you like a free bit of it?
This one, I don't think they said in this article I'm reading from Gematsu.
Okay, because I wouldn't be surprised if they gave you like a bit of the game for free. Because on consoles and on PC, actually, you can download a decently chunked demo of Trials of Mana, and you can save your progress. And then when you choose to buy the game, your save carries over. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did a similar thing for mobile.
We'll see. It seems like though it's going to be, at least from this article, it doesn't say either or, but I'd imagine it's just the full thing. I mean, the game's already there. It's not too. It's just. It's not too much more.
Okay.
If they want to do a demo, they can't. They do mention a demo down here, but I believe it's for the previous,
for the console versions.
Yeah, for the console versions on Switch.
Because like a lot of PS4, games will do this on mobile. Like Ace Attorney by Capcom will let you do the first trial for free. You can download Ace Attorney.
Those are still just like, those are like episodic games in their own nature, right?
Well, because it's all the trials basically. Yeah.
Right.
And then like for Ace Attorney, you can do the first trial for free, and then once you're like, this is fun, then you can just like use the in-app purchase and you unlock basically the full game.
To buy the rest. Yeah. I mean, if they were to do that, they've only got like what, $10, maybe $20 to charge left before it ends up being the full price. I mean, on a discount, because it is on a mobile device. I don't think people want to pay the same amount of money on mobile
for a console release. And I think
the
pricing of console or mobile games is a different topic entirely, because I think people are less likely to want. Because here's the thing: if you see a $40 game, you're probably like, "Oh, that's not bad, cool, right?"
Right.
If you see like a $40 app, I think a lot of people are like, "No, that's why." You know what I mean? It's totally different. It's a way different mindset. Yeah.
It's like no. I mean, though, it looks really good. I know it's fully voiced, and some of the, the combat's still going to be the same. It looks really good for a mobile game. I mean, I think we kind of tend to forget that a lot of these older games, when they're remade, they still can look good on the other platforms, mobile specifically. I mean, it was on Switch too, so it's not. We're not reaching too far.
Yeah, it's like
we're not reaching too far here.
Yeah,
but it looks nice actually. Hopefully you won't have to buy more. I feel like I want to like head to the Japanese just to see if that's the case.
Honestly, like I bet you this has controller support. So if you have it like an iPad and you have like a DualShock 4 or a DualSense or an Xbox controller, you could use your iPad as like a janky like
You could
console,
just
I
to
guess.
actually, yeah, you could. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of
So
these, you just hook it
yeah,
up as a Bluetooth controller, and
yeah. So you could
that's
play
it.
Trials of Mana and like Final Fantasy 1 through 8. Is 8
Hmm.
on mobile? I think it is actually.
Yes, I believe it
9's on
is.
mobile as well. So I think 1 through 9 is on mobile if I'm not mistaken, right?
7 on mobile?
7's on mobile, yeah.
I guess everything's on mobile then.
Except
Except
for
for up to
like
the 10, 11,
10, yeah,
12.
10,
Except for the
yeah,
stuff
10,
that
11.
they can't put up on there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So if you have an iPad for some reason and you don't have a Switch and you're like, I want to play Final Fantasy games, you could just like get a cheap used DualShock 4, sync it up to your iPad, and you have a jank Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy. Hey, I was
device.
playing.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have Steam, and that's a completely different thing. But if you want to do like remote play, or I guess it's like what PC or whatever, like stream it to your tablet and then just play, do the same thing. Connect your Bluetooth controller to your tablet. You can do that and just play in bed. I did that for Nier Automata for a little bit. It's not bad. It's fun.
Yeah. So next time I go home, which I don't know when that'll even be, but like next time I go home, if the mood strikes me for some reason, I'm like, I want to play Final Fantasy 6, but I don't want to do it on any other device, that I would probably like download it for my iPad, then connect the controller, play that on the plane, I guess. I mean, it's not bad. iPads are pretty thin, and it's like a DualShock's a DualShock, right? So just toss that in your bag.
Just toss it
Boom.
up. Just toss it there. Get something to hold it on the TV in front of you instead of your lap, and you're pretty good. And then also a bunch of Legend of Heroes games are coming to the West. The Legend of Heroes Trials into Revere.
Yeah, so I think we'll just go through this super quickly. So basically, so Trails into Revier. I think, am I pronouncing that right? Probably not, right?
I'm hoping so. I just lost it on the screen. I tried to make it bigger so you can read it too. Here we go. Here we go.
This game came out last year in Japan. It's called no. Fuck.
one of these Kizuno or Kizus or
Kizuno Kisaki? No, what's the Japanese name? But it came out last year. Kisaki?
It's one of them. It's one of them.
The one that's coming out this year is Kuro no Kisaki, and the one that came out last year was called Hajimani. Fuck yeah, Hajimani no Kisaki. Hajimani no Kisaki. So that came out last year, and that's the newest one basically. So what's special about Hajimani no Kisaki, or the one that came out last year, is like it has 3 main protagonists. The protagonist, so it has Lloyd, who is the protagonist for the Crossbell Saga, I believe. And then it has Reen, who's the protagonist from Trails of Cold Steel, like that saga. And then there's like another character who I actually don't know. I think his name is C. Yeah.
That's from this version. That's the Legend of Heroes Trails into Revere. Revere.
Yeah. So Revere is Hajimani Kisaki. So they have 3. There's 3 main protagonists. It's just like a bunch of games, storylines coming together for this one. So Hajimani is a big deal.
Okay.
For
and there's
Trails fans. So the problem is that like Trails of Cold Steel. So where Reen is the main character. Those are all in English, or they will be all in English. So that's not a problem for English speaking fans. But Lloyd, like his games, the Crossbow Saga games, those games never came out in English. So like, and I knew this was going to happen because I was like, so NIS, they kind of took over from Xseed when they were doing the Trails games.
Right.
I knew this was going to happen because I was like, what happens when Hajimani comes out in English? Because I was like English fans are going to be like, who is this guy? Like, where are his games, right? These games are old, actually. They came out like years ago. So this is the answer. So NIS announced 4 games.
All these are his
and
stories.
So it's
I was wondering why there's like 4 games announced that one day. I'm like, was there like some anniversary festival?
They're
like,
old.
These
are old. These are old games. They're not like new.
I mean,
Hajimani,
most of them
that's the new one. Yeah,
have been older since they've been releasing these. There's like the new ones, but
yeah. So they had a tall task to like catch up, like to catch the English audience up, because a bunch of games never made it over into English. So like, look, what the hell are they gonna do when like Hajimani comes out? I'm like, no one knows who Lloyd is. Like,
so those 3 games are The Legend of Nayuta, Boundless Trails, and then The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, and The Legend of Heroes
Zero,
Trails
yeah, Zero
from
no Kiseki,
Zero.
yeah.
Okay, featuring our boy Lloyd.
I think Naruto. I don't know if Naruto's a different. Who's the main character in it? So I've only played Trails of Cold Steel. So Naruto is. I don't know. I don't know who the hell the main character is in Naruto, but yeah.
I'm over here just reading like, is it how? Oh, it's Nayuta. It's just whoever.
It's a different main character, but I'm glad they're bringing this over.
Oh no, I mean it says the name is Nayuta. I'm just assuming that's the main character's. Yeah, it's with this that Nayuta's journey begins.
There you go. Ugh. Boom. Yeah.
Whoever this man is, or female, or whoever. I don't know. These games are so lost upon me. Like I always wanted to try to get into them when they started bringing them over on, was it Vita or PSP? PSP?
Yeah, you're probably looking at the Cold Steel series then, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was just like, because I've heard so much goodness about their
They're
writing.
Really good. Yeah, I played Trails in the Sky on stream, and I played Trails of Cold Steel just like not on stream, but yeah, they're good. Anyways, so they're gonna bring over the crossbow games, so very good, very nice. So you can catch up on Lloyd's like journey, and then you can play the new game where it's 3 characters in one. And then Kuro no Kiseki comes out this year in Japan, and then we're probably gonna see that in English in like 2 years or something. But yeah.
That's
crazy. I don't know. I think I saw this on a Reddit thread, so I can't verify this, and I couldn't find a source. But apparently, this is hearsay, so this probably could be wrong. But I think they're working with a fan translation group to get these games out faster. If I'm like, because
wouldn't surprise me if they've like contracted out, because like some of these studios, a lot of them don't have a localization department for 100% translating, right? I mean, there's gonna be parts that are outsourced, I believe.
Yeah. This isn't. So XC did this with Ease. I want to say Ease, Oath, and Felgana maybe. Okay. So XC did this where there was a fan translation group was working on a fan translation. And then XC was just like, hey, like we like your work. We don't actually want to use this as the official translation. And then they kind of like
partnered up. Well, not partnered up, but they paid them. They paid them.
Yeah, they paid them.
They paid them pretty much.
They took their work basically. But yeah. So this is a hearsay. I saw this on a Reddit thread, so this is probably wrong. But if it's not wrong, then they definitely would explain how they're getting so many games
so fast.
So fast. Yeah.
I mean, and that can be a thing to be said about a lot of these fan translated things, whether it be anime or manga or whatever, is that I know unfortunately that it does put a lot of these works out that should be paid for into an unpaid for realm. But it's because the fans, like people who really want these games, they have to go to a certain limit. Some of them are like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the hit for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. And it's really nice if companies, like you said in the case of maybe Yeast, that they can acknowledge not only that effort and notice that, hey, it's actually really good. And we'll pay.
Translation,
it's a quality translation.
It benefits
we'll pay
everyone. Yeah. So the fan group gets recognized and they get paid, and the publisher gets their games to come out, and the fans get the games.
It's a great thing, and hopefully they show up. We're like, hey, you know what? We'll put you on our list of translators that we use. You know what I mean? So that the next thing comes out, they're like, hey, you know what? We got some guys. We got some peeps.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a way for the fan translators to get their foot in the door to like actual translation, or I don't know if it's like a one and done. If it's just like, thanks for your work for this thing. Because I know Trails of Zero, or Trails from Zero, if it's called in English, that game came out a long time ago, like I want to say 10 years ago or something like that, maybe more. So fans of the Trail series are like, oh, I really want to play this game, but there's no English translation, so everyone has to be like, they're waiting for this fan translation to come out. And yeah, I mean, now that NAS is just like, look, we got to get these games out like before like the end of this year, so everyone knows who Lloyd is when this game comes out.
Everyone take your days off. Take it a whole like month or two off of work, vacation time.
If you're a fan of, I would definitely check these out. I mean, if you want to play the Trails games, I would say there's no shame in jumping straight into Cold Steel. I know on the internet, a lot of purists will be like, you got to play the whole thing because it's a huge story, which is true, by the way. Like all the games connect to each other. And if you really care about the story,
There's about 12 of them probably.
There's a lot.
I believe there actually is. Like if you count each of those little sagas, there's at least 3 in each one of them.
Yeah, so it's like Children of Sky 1, 2, 3, and then there's gonna be Children of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 2 Crossbow games, and then Naita if it's in the story, it probably is. That's 10 right there.
See?
So yeah.
You got a whole year of RPGs right there.
Yeah, but if you want to jump in on Cold Steel, I want to say there's no shame in like jumping into like the newer games if you get more enjoyment that way. If you care about the whole story, then yeah, go for it. Play all the games. But if you're even a little bit curious, like I heard these games are good, just check out the new one. Like there's no shame. You know what I mean? Like
just check out the latest. It's like when you're listening to music, you know, most people don't get into the artist from their very first album. There's a reason you missed it. You know what I mean? Either you didn't know about it, it didn't strike you, but hey, you like their most recent album or single, and then from there you might go down a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the case of this next bit of news with Final Fantasy 9 animated series, animated for the kids, specifically 8 to 13 for the kids. This is going to be
Why do you keep saying for the kids?
That's what it does not say for the kids.
That's the name of this episode, for the kids. Actually, don't do that. We'll probably get YouTube will probably like flag us or something like that. But yeah.
Oh, just make it. I guess the normal podcast then. But this is gonna be
There's going to be an anime for FF9. That's okay. So for starters,
for the kids.
For starters, definitely unexpected. Like I didn't think
very unexpected. Yes.
Yeah. If there was going to be an anime of any FF game, I wouldn't have picked 9. I would have.
Hey, they had the most mascot. Little mascot, nice baby. You
think Vivi had the best? Like Vivi was the best mascot?
Kids friendly looking characters.
Have you played 9?
I said kids-friendly looking characters. I didn't say anything about the actual characters. Homeboy has a tail.
Yeah,
man has a tail.
He's relatively speaking, 9 is
merchandise.
Yeah, good relatively speaking. It's not like what's the darkest FF game? What's the darkest FF game?
I don't know.
I mean, 10 is depressing. 10 is sad. The darkest? I don't know, man. FF like Lightning Returns, maybe? Like I don't know.
I need to. Lightning Returns was dark for so many reasons, but probably because she's the only character left standing for a bit. Like in the you can only play Lightning now, chat. What?
I mean, I don't mind. She's like Lightning is a great character, but FF9 Anime is I guess formally announced by this studio that I never heard of, Cyber Group Studio.
Yep, but, Cyber Group Studios in Paris.
If you could pick any FF game to animate, what would you have chosen?
Considering I've only played from 10 up, like to completion.
Okay, yeah.
My choices are limited, and those are essentially already like animated. Honestly, they've already got their cutscenes and things like that. So it would have to be something older. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather them do like an original story. And it wouldn't need to be like a Dissidia thing.
They already did an original story. I think it's called Final Fantasy.
I mean, like
like in the late 90s.
I'm talking like chaos level, man. I'm talking chaos level.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I don't know. I probably want 6 animated.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
6
I think
animated by the Castlevania peeps. Done.
6 or 4 would probably be a good choice for animated. But 9's like honestly, like 9's probably one of my favorite FF games.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that like it's getting some attention and some, I don't know, some eyes on it, so people can like check it out. I guess if you don't really want to like play 9, but you're curious about the story, then this is probably a good.
I don't. They didn't say like how much of the story they're going to be covering, and I mean, okay, so they said that it's going to end production. Oh, sorry. Beginning production. Okay, beginning production by the end of 2021 or start of 2022. So this is still a little bit of a ways off. Mm-hmm. We don't know where they're going to end up, getting this, but it seems like this, Cyber Group is going to be in charge of the distribution, licensing, and merchandising, along with production. But the thing is like, if it stinks, if the kids ain't watching it, because this is targeted for the kids. If the kids ain't watching it, you might just get like a third or less of the actual story of the game. It might not even finish.
The story of
They might
Nine
get
is
Netflix
really good.
canceled.
I really like the story of Nine. Are you gonna play Nine or what?
Eventually, maybe one day.
It's good.
When
It's
I'm
a good
old.
game. Yeah, okay.
When I'm
It's on.
old.
I like how this article says like FF9 is available for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, iOS, Android, and
PlayStation 1. Why does it say PlayStation 1 at the very end? It's like, it's very true. Yes.
That's it.
It's
It
true.
is. Like, yeah, it's true.
Do they want to put a Vita on there as well? Do they want to put, no, I mean, PSP,
oh, yeah, like
all the PlayStation
PSN,
classics.
Yeah.
PSN. It's like, it's one of those things where like after I played Final Fantasy 7, I wanted to play 8 and 9, and I just never got around to buying it because I didn't have a job at that time. I was in middle school, so
sure. I thought you were talking about like the remake of 7 for some reason. Like I didn't have a job.
No.
I was like, wait, what?
I bought it with my last bit of lunch money.
Okay. Yeah.
And like when you're a kid, there's things you want to play. So like I'd heard about the story, like, and I've listened to all the Final Fantasy OSTs in terms of songs, piano collections. I love all the music. This one has a really killer soundtrack.
9 is good. 9 is good. Yep.
But I just never ended up finding it and buying it. And then when they started remaking all of them, I just, for some reason, I just kept playing more new stuff than older stuff. So I never went back. Yeah.
I think 9 is just, oh man. So I don't know why I don't think we talked about this on the podcast, but I mentioned this on my stream, which you can check out, by the way, twitch.tv/street24. Is that like I've been playing a lot of RPGs without random encounters. And I think like going back to a game with random encounters, it like irritates me now. Because it like
you got to get that item so you don't have to fight them.
It like breaks my train of thought in a sense. Because I'm just trying to get like through a field. I'm like trying to go from point A to point B. And I just feel like I'm interrupted all the time. You know what I mean?
Feel like that in Kingdom Hearts. I don't remember if there was this many enemies spawning in Kingdom Hearts 1, but they spawn on like 4 waves. And they don't like stop. And I can't get out of an area without spending like 10 minutes if I'm just going to go and fight. If I don't run through it, because I'm just fighting. I'm like, I don't actually want to fight right now. I just want to run to finish this puzzle.
Go through to where Kingdom Hearts has a thing. I guess that's basically a random encounter, no? Because they just kind of show up, right?
They just show up in the area.
It's
not random. Encounter. They do it every time in the same spot. But it's essentially a random encounter.
So I noticed this because like when I'm playing through 11 right now, Dragon Quest 11, and like the encounters in Dragon Quest 11, if you're playing in the 3D mode, they're not random. Like you can see them on the field, and you can choose to engage in these fights if you want to.
Right.
And I found myself purposely engaging in all these fights. So I'm actually finding an enemy, and I choose to engage in the fight, and I start the fight. And then I realized that like because I'm doing that, I'm actually spending as much time, if not more, if the game had random encounters. So why do random encounters bother me so much?
But I think it's because you're going into the encounter with a purpose. Like you're actively like, hey, I want this next level or this move. You're actively seeking out the enemy, or it's just like it's there. But when you might want a move, or like I said, you don't. You just want to solve a puzzle, get to area A, B, C. I feel like that's when they annoy me.
I think, and I think that's why it annoys me too, because like when the enemies are on screen, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna kill all you guys. That's what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm engaging in a fight. But when the field is empty in the game, I'm like, oh, I want to get to the next town, and that's my mindset.
Right.
And then when I get interrupted, that's when I'm like, oh, this is annoying. Like I want to skip this encounter.
You just want to, you want to skip it. And then there's something about, I guess, us as gamers, like we see stuff on the screen to defeat. We're going to want, like it or not, we're probably going to defeat it. We're not going to just skip over it.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times. So we're just going to be stuck there, even though we don't want to be stuck there, even if we can skip it.
Yeah. So I noticed that like I'm spending just as much time in Dragon Quest killing all these enemies as if the game was random encounter. And I'm like, oh, well, when I look at it that way, maybe it's not so bad. But what I'm trying to say is that if you want to play through an older game like FF9,
get ready.
You're going to have to deal with random encounters. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with random encounters. So like, kind of have to change your mindset to be like, this is how these games used to be, basically.
You might just walk into the door and that's it.
But
2 steps later.
If you play the remasters, the one that's on PS4 or Switch or PC, you can turn off encounters if you want to. And if that'll make the game more pleasurable to play, you can turn off encounters. You're not going to level up, but you can turn them off.
They're made to level. And I think the good thing would be like, hey, if you want to turn them off when you have level, I don't know if you can do it that way, but when you have leveled up to a certain point and you're like, hey, I don't want to level up anymore, I don't care about it, I turn it off and then proceed. Hopefully it can work like that, like anytime, but if not, then
yeah, you could do that. It's like as quick as a button toggle, but in the same token, if you super don't give a shit about the video game as a video game, you can turn off random encounters and
definitely ain't going nowhere.
You can turn on like battle cheats where like every single hit that you do is 99999. Like you can do that if you wanted to. So you never need to level and you never have a random encounter, and you can do that. So if you super don't give a shit about an RPG and you want to play 9, go ahead. You know what?
Do it.
It's your game. It's your game experience.
It's your game.
It's your game experience, and if you have more fun playing it that way, then go for it, man. Like you can do it.
There we go. And I guess closing out the news, we're gonna wrap it on
Melty Blood. All right,
we're gonna wrap it up. Yo, Ehe just like showed me more Melty Blood. He's like, look, man, this looks amazing. I'm like, Ehe, you buy more games than you can play, buddy. But he does actually play all of them, which is insane. Got that college time. But no, Melty Blood Type Lumina is going to be coming out on the PC now as well. And on September 30th, the new trailer showcases all the characters that'll be in there, which they didn't showcase before, but your returning favorites are all these Type Moon kids.
Have you played?
Don't know any of them. I have played Melty Blood on a laptop in the corner of my local fight.
I think everyone who's ever been involved in the fighting game community has had that same experience.
Yeah, you just see two people over in the corner. Dude, what are they playing? Are they playing that Melty Blood? The fuck is it Mugen?
Yeah, because Melty Blood would run on like anything. And I remember like going to a Street Fighter tourney, like SF4, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys playing? Like, oh, Melty Blood. Of course.
I mean, the game looks great. I mean, these new it's a deep anime fighting game. It's I mean, look, if you've played any of the Under Night stuff, then hey, maybe you want to check this out.
It's definitely like we're definitely pushing on niche fighting at this point, though, because I think we were talking about like what are the big fighters? It's like Tekken, Street Fighter, and Guilty Gear Strive is getting up there. I hope Guilty Gear Strive can stay there. Honestly,
I feel like it can. Really that netcode is so strong, man. It's so strong. Yeah,
but this is definitely this is niche.
This is niche, like, but it's long stay. This thing has never dropped out. It's there no matter what.
Is this this isn't in the same universe as Fate?
Fate, yeah, right? It is. It's Type Moon. It's always been Type Moon. It's the same universe. But it's just not. It's the Fate stay like that universe.
I know it's Type Moon, but is it the same universe? Like, could Shiro just show up and be like, "What's up?"
I assume
or like, could Archer be like, "I am the bone of my sword"? Like, could that happen? Like,
probably not, since they don't have any. I mean, I don't think so, right? They don't have any of the servants. I mean, it's just never been a mechanic in this game, like in the series.
I mean, if it's the same universe, like we could see like. Nah, that's too crazy, but yeah.
I don't know, man. We might, if they want that extra money.
Yeah, that's when people start caring about. That's when people start.
I don't think they can, because this is all that stuff is owned by like Aniplex. Sony Aniplex, right? Like, I mean,
did they buy the rights to Fate?
I don't know if they bought the rights to Fate, but they own so much like of what happens with Fate, like from the movies to the.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. Like,
so much stuff is involved.
I wonder if Aniplex like owns specific like servants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that would be that's a good question right there. This is like, actually a Chinese company doing this.
Like, does Aniplex own Shielder, like MASH? Because she's like from
anything FGO, probably.
Yeah, like
probably
do
anything
they own
from FGO on up is probably just Sony Aniplex.
Yeah, do they own Shielder? So they so Type Moon can't make a game with Shielder in it because they don't own the rights to that character. Like,
well, but the thing is Type Moon, they have been. I mean, do any of their visual novel games have any of the FGO characters in them?
No, because FGO is the newest thing, right?
Yeah. So they just do they still make games? What do they still do? These people got copyrights on everything, but what do they do?
Curious. Yeah, I'm so curious.
Crap.
If like Type Moon wanted to make a new Fate game, are they allowed to use certain characters? Like, could they use Jalter? I think Jalter showed up first in FGO, if I'm not mistaken. So that's Jonathan
Right.
Alter for anyone who's not in the know. But could they use Jalter? Like, I don't think so, right? Because if Aniplex owns the rights to Jalter, then no, right? That's crazy.
I don't know. That's a weird that would be an interesting article for someone to write up. If any gaming news media is listening to this, I would love to I would love to see that. I mean, because you don't. I mean, yeah. Can they? Could they?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's the same because it happens in video game land as well. Like, for example, so Super Mario RPG, Nintendo owns Mario and Bowser and Peach, but Square owns Geno.
That's why people were like, they want Geno in in Smash, but it's like, nah, bro, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I can't because Square owns Geno. So yeah.
So crazy.
Anyways, how long have we been podcasting?
We've been podcasting. This show is only supposed to be like 30 minutes, and we've gone like longer than the previous one. Look at us. We just got too involved in it. So go ahead, get your copy of Sonic Mania. I think, well,
it's like free for another day or something.
Yeah, by the time you listen to this podcast, I'm sorry, but you should still go buy Sonic Mania. Support your boy Sonic, who's hustling so hard that he became a VTuber.
He is. I think he showed up in. Oh, there's like a Minecraft DLC for Sonic.
But this man became this man. Just listen to him.
Guys.
Yeah, there's Minecraft DLC for Sonic now. So he's in everything. Oh, that's awful. that's
I just want to know why he starts out with "Hi, hey guys," and then listen to what he ends with. He ends with like, what is this? Was he in?
See you.
I don't know. I can't hear you. I can't hear it.
Oh gosh, I might just not have. It might not be up there. Anyways, he's like, "Hey guys, see you." I mean, it's still Sonic the Hedgehog's voice, kind of like but it's one of those things where, like, for some reason, he speaks in English for the first word, and then it just goes straight to Japanese, and then there's like another English phrase in there, and then it goes straight back to Japanese. I'm like, who is this for? What was this for?
For the bilingual audience. But yeah,
I can't understand the 90%, but you know. Oh gosh, I can't get Sonic off the screen.
Sonic is eternal.
Gosh, I can't get him off the screen. There we go. Anyways,
that's
the news.
That's
everything.
A good place to
it's
leave
10 o'clock
yeah.
here now at 10 o'clock p.m. We podcasted so long that it's time for our bedtime.
That's right.
So,
any closing words?
If you are still on Apex, go and check out the Genesis event. OG Kings Canyon is back.
Oh
OG
man, Revenant's
back.
Heirloom looks
crazy.
So good.
That man,
yeah.
Whew, he's looking great. A bunch of patch notes came out. A lot of balances for arenas. A lot of bug fixes, and I don't think there was anything kind of major for any legends that was balanced. Lifeline's hitbox got a little bit bigger around her waist, so
really
maybe she's a little bit easier to hit for some people. And
I need to check out these notes then. Yeah,
it's good patch notes. Other than that, we will probably catch you all next week. Hopefully, if you're tuning in via YouTube or Twitch or Twitch to the streams, iTunes, Spotify, Google, all that type of stuff. Remember, please leave a 5-star review, 4-star review, 3-star review.
Yeah, but no less than that.
No less. We're worth more.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, follow us on our socials at UGP_cast. That's for Twitter and Instagram. Alex, where can they find you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitch. That's at twitch.tv/street24. And that's a good place to start. Just do that. Yeah.
There we go. And then you can follow me at Ninja Tricks. It's spelled the way you think it is. Ninja and then Tricks, like the cereal Tricks.
The one with the rabbit, right?
Yeah, the one with the rabbit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. So we'll catch you next week. Episode number 91 of the Unknown Games Podcast. Remember, you set the tone. Go play some games. Watch yourself a little bit of anime. If there's anything good out, I recommend Megalobox Season 2, but I mean, that's me. Hey, it's good stuff.
Sounds good.
Peace.
All right. Peace.
Make your dreams come true.